StanleyVille station.
Now, as we pass on by to the left-hand side, once again, give a friendly wave, a nice round of applause, and join me in looking and learning about Cheetah. Cheetah is a first-of-its-kind dive roller coaster, calling Busch Gardens home, bringing you to heights of 200 feet, suspending you at a 90-degree angle while you look face first down, wondering, when are we gonna go? All of a sudden, you're gonna be sent on your way at 70 miles an hour throughout all that track. For those thrill seekers, never been on a dive roller coaster before, check out the Cheetah. And now, if you'll join me in looking on off to the right-hand side of the train, I present to you the Iron Quasi. Iron Quasi will take you to heights of 206 feet up in the air, suspend you at 91 degrees, send you on your way at 78 miles an hour, with the potential of hitting 94 in the hotter months. And now to the left-hand side of you, there's a lot of bushes, there's a lot of trees, there's a lot of bamboo. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are Busch Gardens and we do welcome you. But keep our limbs inside the train, for if we should happen to reach out, well, like AT&T, the bamboo just might reach out and grab you. For those of you who remember the old AT&T commercial, give a nice friendly wave to our ambassadors. Thank you so much. Now, looking on off to the left-hand side of the train, you are looking at the second largest log flume ride in the state of Florida, calling Busch Gardens home. Your total time on board will be 3 minutes and 35 seconds. You may or may not get soaking wet, but you certainly will have a most wonderful time as you travel around on the log flume ride. Now, join me to the right-hand side as I give to you the Scorpion, the most original roller coaster here in the park, bringing you around to a 360-degree loop, still being friendly, for it only has that one inversion. As we pass on by to the left-hand side, the Pantopia area is the park, home to Twisty Pretzels, the Carousel, the Falcon's Fury, the Dragon Fire Grill, as well as all those wonderful games we like to play. For those of you who want or like Pikachu, you may want to visit the Pantopia side of the park. Ladies and gentlemen, what you're looking at there on the left-hand side is Kumba. Kumba in African dialect does mean roar, and roar it does. Its roar can be heard all the way throughout the beginning of the park, and you may wonder why. Well, here is why. Its tracks are actually hollow. You'll be brought up to 143 feet, sent on your way at 60 miles an hour through 7 different inversions. Waving on high to Loretta as we pass on by our Watusa cattle, also known as the African Longhorn. You may wonder, how does Loretta move about with those heavy horns on her head? Well, here's how, ladies and gentlemen. They are actually hollow and also can reach for the 5 feet. For those of you who caught a glimpse of this beautiful blue coaster here to the right-hand side, ladies and gentlemen, that will be the Phoenix Rising, coming in the later months of the spring, early months of the summer, waving on by to our second train as they pass on by us.
This is cookies, but some on it when you go past it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Busch Gardens is the largest zoological theme park in the United States of America. 300 different species call us home, 65 of which are on the endangered list. We have places and programs in place, as well as a full-time zoological staff out here securing the well-being and upkeep of our animals at all times. We are now treated to a beautiful sight of the grand zebra, ladies and gentlemen. The grand zebra stripes cover the entire belly. They are the smallest of the species, the most commonly photographed, as well as most commonly seen in the movies that we watch today. They only travel as slow as the slowest moving zebra in the herd, and their stripes act as a deterrent for insects. They get confused based upon the pattern of the stripes and just travel on. For those of you who wonder, what are this actual stripe coloration on a zebra? Well, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who may believe that they're black and white, they are actually brown and white and change with the coming of age. Now off to the left-hand side and now it all on its own. You may wonder, what is that beautiful animal out there and about? Well, that is our black rhino, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at around 3,000 to 4,000 pounds. They have a tendency to be territorial and like their own area. Therefore, she has her own little area out there. Now, the black rhinos do not have the greatest of vision, but they have incredible hearing and incredible scent. Of course, the black rhino is playing hide and go seek, but it'll be out. It likes to hide over there in its own little space back there. They're kind of shy at times. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, our Safari Interaction Animal Tours guide here, coming on right on past us as we're treated to our eland antelope that can jump 10 feet up in the air from a standstill and travel at 25 miles an hour on land. Ladies and gentlemen, please, at this time, we all must remain seated. Please put on your seatbelts and keep them on. We must remain seated while we're in motion. On the left-hand side is our Nyala antelope. Nyala antelope are dimorphic, ladies and gentlemen. What that means is that the males and females do not look anything alike. The males are actually much taller with big old horns on their heads. They're gray in color with white stripes, and they have a bushy bomb beard. Here at Busch Gardens, we're home to all females. Now on the right-hand side of the train, for those of you who have caught the glimpse, and we are about to get the glimpse of our Asian elephants reaching 6 tons. The gestation period is 22 months. Ladies and gentlemen, our Nyala antelope join us to the left. The Asian elephant is still much smaller than the African cousin, the African elephant. Now, as we approach on into the Nairobi train station, please gather up all cell phones, personal belongings, board about you on board, and turn to the right-hand side of the train and join me in looking at the Safari Interactions and Tours booth. Those, ladies and gentlemen, are the folks you would like to see for a self-guided open-air tour of your choice, where you just might have a chance to hand feed one of our giraffes. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us here today. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I'd like to thank each and every one of you at Tampa General Hospital. Thank you guys all so very much for everything that you do for all of us. Our servicemen and women on board, families of our servicemen and women, may God bless each and every one of you. Thank each and every one of you for your services. It is not without you that we get to sleep peacefully at night. Now, as we begin to approach our final stop, please remain seated until we have completely stopped. ladies and gentlemen, please turn to the right-hand side of the train. Give a nice friendly wave on by to Mackenzie. She's been here all morning. She'll be here all night long, making sure we have a great time on board this train. Ladies and gentlemen, please let her feel it. Give her a nice round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And now to the left-hand side of the train, it's the Cheetah Hunt. The Cheetah Hunt, boasting 4,429 feet of track, will send you on your way at the speed of the Cheetah, magnetically launching you 3 times at 65 miles an hour. The fastest land mammal on Earth, ladies and gentlemen, you guessed it, is the Cheetah. And you will be launched 3 times at the speed of a Cheetah, 65 miles an hour, of course 4,429 feet of track. All while riding on the longest roller coaster in the world. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to the left-hand side of you, there's a lot of bushes, there's a lot of trees, there's a lot of bamboo. Well, after all, we're called to something, we do welcome you. For those of you on board from Tampa General Hospital, yeah, and thank you for joining us on board. Thank you for everything that you do for everybody that visits Tampa General Hospital. It's not without you folks that we don't see better days ahead. Thank you all so very, very much for what you do. Now to the right-hand side of the train is the Serengeti Overlook Restaurant, home to Oasis Pizza and the Giraffe Bar. You can enjoy a tasty meal from Oasis Bar, Oasis Pizza, or a tasty giraffe drink as you sit on the outer decks while we wave on by to some of our guests, enjoying their tasty meals and beverages while looking at our animals roaming about in their natural wild habitat. And now, for those of you who may or may not be afraid of snakes, I dare you to challenge the Cobra's curse. And if you dare to face the king of Fang, you will be brought up on a one-of-a-kind elevated roller coaster 80 feet up in the air before being sent along your way forward, swiftly turn around backwards, and spun around and around and around. Cobra's curse is a family-friendly roller coaster, for it does not have any immersion. So if you should happen to face the king of venomous, ride the Cobra's curse. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's yellow, it's blue, it's right off to the right-hand side of you, and I call him Mr. Montu. Montu being the Egyptian god of war. Should you happen to dare to face the Egyptian god of war, you will be going up to 150 feet up in the air, sent on your way at 65 miles an hour through 7 different inversions while you travel on one of the longest inverted roller coasters, continuously winning awards and coming in the top 10 year after year. Calling Busch Gardens its home. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Montu. And now I proudly pronounce to you that we have made our final entrance on into the open wildlife habitat area. Prepare to be mesmerized. But please keep your hands and limbs inside the train and remain seated at all times. Come out, wherever you are. I spy with my little eye a reticulated giraffe off to the other side of that tree. Oh my! Ladies and gentlemen, a reticulated giraffe can reach heights of 17 to 19 feet tall, weigh 1.5 tons, do everything standing up, yes, including giving birth to newborn babies. They're also joined by an eland antelope who, well, they're all friends out here. To the left-hand side, our impalas. Impalas can jump 10 feet up in the air from a standstill and 40 feet out in front of them, traveling at 45 miles an hour on land. As we pass on by the reticulated giraffe, a few more fun facts. They have a 360-degree sight in color, do not need to turn their necks to turn around, and they do everything, including sleeping for 5 minutes at a time standing up. They have 7 different invertebrates, 10 inches apart. As we wave on by and he says hello. Sometimes as we pass on by, they'll lift up their paws. That's their way of saying hi. The eland antelope are joining us to the left-hand side. They can also jump 10 feet up in the air, travel 25 miles an hour on land. As everyone is enjoying their lunch. Ladies and gentlemen, we're starting to see largest zoological theme park in the United States of America. 300 different species call us home, 65 of which are on the endangered list. As we pass on by our open-air safari and interaction animal tours guide, those are the folks you'd like to see to schedule your own self-guided tour, where you as well just might have the opportunity to hand-feed one of our baby giraffes. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, it is now important to hold on tight to those cell phones as we do now cross on over Lake Cell Phones, where things should happen once again to go blah, 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 blah. We'll call it a night. If you happen to drop an item or an article off of the train, do not attempt to retrieve it yourselves. Let one of our friendly station masters know, or myself here in the back of the train will make those necessary phone calls to ensure the safe return of that item right on back to you. We may notice some quack, quack, quack dogs and some turtles catching some sun, as there's one right here. And now, for a little bit of fun, let's have the children get involved. How many of us little kiddos on board know all there is to know about animals? Or maybe just a few things? By show of hands, kids, how many of us know about our lovely animals? All right, well, let's see if you guys can tell me the next animal we're going to pass right here on the left-hand side. Do we know what that animal's called? It starts with a W.
Oh, that's a rhino.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, give the back of our train here a round of applause. This young lady got it right. It's a wildebeest. Our wildebeest, ladies and gentlemen, travel in herds of over 1 million. And wait for the fun fact. It's coming right up. Ladies and gentlemen, the wildebeest, the dust that they create as they migrate, can actually be seen from outer space, as we are also treated as a passing on by to our white rhinoceroses. Calling Baby Biazzi their newest addition to the family. Baby Biazzi was born last October. I started my career 17 days later. He was only 75 pounds at that time. He's now over 1,700 and puts on 4 to 5 pounds every day. The water buck, for those of you who may have caught a glimpse off to the right-hand side of the train, actually have a real heart-shaped nose. Yes, that's right, just like the one you would draw on a card for your loved one. Also a sighting of our red-necked ostrich, a flightless bird reaching pounds of upwards of 335. Also taking out a full-grown lion with just one swift kick. It's time to well, it's time to wave on by to the other train going on by. Hello, as we see another one of our beautiful grand zebras. Once again, the grand zebra, the smallest of the species. The distant cousin, the Grebby zebras, are out and about migrating somewhere. And now to the right-hand side of the train, ladies and gentlemen, not only the Skyride giving you a beautiful view of Tampa Bay and the park, but also our beautiful Medusa cattle. Her name is Loretta, ladies and gentlemen. You may wonder, how does Loretta get around with those big old heavy horns on her head? Well, those horns, even though they can be 4 or 5 feet, they're hollow inside. That's how they can get around, because they're actually light. They look like they're heavy. Ladies and gentlemen, Loretta. She's considered a sign of wealth as well as a sacred animal, and they are always used for the milk and milk only as we wave on by our friendly ambassadors working hard for us here today. Give them a friendly wave, ladies and gentlemen. Now, to the right-hand side of the train, what you're looking at there is Kumba. Kumba in African dialect means roar, and roar it does. Its roar can be heard all the way throughout the park. And why, you may ask? Because its tracks are hollow. You'll be sent 143 feet up in the air, sent along your way at 60 miles an hour through 7 different inversions. Much like its distant cousin, Mr. Montu, where your feet dangle beneath you. On Kumba, they do not. As we pass on by the Jungala area of the park, ladies and gentlemen, Busch Gardens is proud to announce the soon arrival of a baby orangutan. We're all very excited here, waiting anxiously for the arrival, and it will be joined alongside of the other exotic species, such as our Bengal tigers. As we pass on by to the right-hand side, the Congo Water River Rapid joins us, where you may be joined on one of our rafts by some guests throughout the park, some family or some friends. You'll have a great, wonderful time, but there's one thing you can be assured of. You will be soaked, for no one escapes the water. Now, I present to you on the right-hand side our elusive bongo antelope. And elusive, why, you might ask? Well, because they decided to play hide and go seek in the mountains of Kenya way back in the 1950s. They were caught, they were found, they were tagged, they became it, and now 3 of them called Busch Gardens home. 1 and 2 and 3 are right here off to the bushes of all of you and me. I don't know anything, Now, ladies and gentlemen, we might catch a wonderful scent. That beautiful barbecue smell there belongs to the Tampa Smokehouse right off to the left-hand side of you, where if you should happen to enjoy some barbecue, Tampa Smokehouse and its staff will more than be happy to welcome you. Delicious. And now as we take our final descent into the StanleyVille train station, I'd like to take this opportunity once again to thank our servicemen and women and their families on board, as well as Tampa General Hospital. Yes! Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all once again so very much for what you do. Pat yourselves on the back. You guys are fantastic. Thank you once again for joining me on board the train. Welcome to the StanleyVille train station. Please remain seated. Take this time to gather up all personal items that belongings about you and remain seated till we have reached our final and complete stop. Once again, ladies, please gather and gentlemen and children of all ages up your personal items. Remain seated till we have completely stopped. Remain seated.